So if you're thinking about moving to Grovetown, Georgia, it's really important for you to know the pros and the cons of living in the area from a local who's been here and done that and knows the area like the backside of his hand. Maybe you're PCS in Fort Eisenhower, or you live in some of our other local suburbs like Evans or Martinez, or maybe you're coming from a brand new city like Atlanta or Charlotte or even New York or California. Well, in this video, I hope to give you the local insights and some of the pros and cons of living in Grovetown from somebody who's not originally from here, but moved here from a bigger city. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the pros of living in Grovetown, Georgia. So the first pro obviously has to be its proximity to Fort Eisenhower. So if you don't know already, Fort Eisenhower is located within Grovetown. Pretty much the entire city is based around our military personnel. The area offers a strong community and a really great network of support, especially for our military personnel. There's a lot of small businesses that are owned by military families around here, and a lot of job opportunities for civilian contractors as well with the Cyber Command Center. So if you don't already know, Fort Eisenhower is a Army installation, but is heavily focused in cybersecurity. In fact, it's one of the biggest job creators in Augusta other than the medical district. We have a ton of hospitals in Augusta and a lot of travel nurses coming in and out of the area. The rental markets are also supported by both Fort Eisenhower and the medical districts as well, because we have so many families coming in and out of the area so frequently. So that leads us into the next pro, which is definitely going to be the affordable cost of living. Compared to many other parts of the country, and especially the nation more broadly speaking, average home values are over $400,000. Here in Grovetown, you can find new construction homes and amazing builder incentives and rate buydowns that are geared specifically to be able to help you afford a brand new home without costing your entire life savings. Now, since we are so close to the military base, cheap, affordable new construction housing is highly sought after and a very desirable market for our builders in the area. At the time of recording this video, you can find brand new construction homes for $250,000 to $280,000 easily throughout the entire Grovetown area. You can find other homes for cheaper or more expensive depending on the size, obviously, of the home and the quality of the construction being done. But it makes it an attractive place for military families and for families that are just looking to ball out on a budget to be able to afford a little bit of luxury without breaking the bank. Now, the next pro is going to also piggyback off of that, which is the growing community. So pretty much everything that's been built in Grovetown has been put in here in the last 5 to 10 years, and it's just going to keep growing. If you look at the master plan for the Grovetown area that ranges from 2021 to 2026, you can see a total list of all of the new construction, the new phases, the new communities that are going to be put in, the new businesses, everything that they've got planned in the master plan. You can look that up. It's public record, and they're just going to keep growing. We're building a new hospital right now in Grovetown right next to the Walmart, which is right off of I-20, and that's going to skyrocket a lot of our home values. And they're actually already starting new construction neighborhoods and new phases that are soon to begin all the way from now, which is in 2024, all the way throughout 2026. So I'm actually really excited about the growth of Grovetown. One, for my own house and its real estate appreciation, because I purchased here specifically because I knew property values were going to climb, obviously barring any crazy economic stance like COVID, for instance. But I personally moved my family here because I loved the area and I saw the potential and the growth in the surrounding community. Now, the next pro is going to be outdoor activities. We have a ton of parks in Grovetown. Patriots Park, we have the Uchee Creek Greenway Trail, the Gateway Park, which has a little splash pad that's right off of I-20, and a huge green space as well for any other activities or events. And there's tons of places like this in Grovetown. There's a beautiful golf course called Bartram Trail Golf Club, which is in the Bartram Trail community, which is a gorgeous community that's located here in Grovetown. We have a county state fair that happens on the fairgrounds in Grovetown, and also the lake is just a 30 to 35 minute drive away. So if you enjoy water sports, fishing, kayaking, anything like that, you definitely aren't out of luck being in Grovetown, even though you're a little bit further away from it. Here in Grovetown, it's pretty warm year round, so you can enjoy those water sport activities, fishing, hiking, walking, all kinds of stuff pretty much year round. The Uchee Creek Greenway Trail is one of my favorite trails to walk on with my wife, my dog, and my son. It's a 10-mile long trail that stretches all the way up and down Grovetown. There's a variety of different loops you can take. You don't have to walk the entire 10-mile trail, obviously, but it's a great place to bike or run if you enjoy those activities. Quick plug here, if you're enjoying this video so far and you like the content that I'm posting on this channel, I would really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. I'm going to be posting a lot more of this content about living in Grovetown, living in Augusta, all the major areas around here. So if you're PCS into Fort Eisenhower and you want more information, I'm also a realtor that helps people move in and out of the area all the time and I love what I do. I would love to help the same for you. I've helped people PCS from Germany, from South Korea, all to Fort Eisenhower, and I've helped families move from all over the United States here. And I love the community that I live in, and I love helping military families get in and out of the area. So now let's talk about some of the cons, because there definitely are some living in Grovetown. One of the first being traffic congestion, which is obviously going to happen with a growing city. The road infrastructure that we have in Grovetown obviously was not supportive enough for the amount of growth that the city has seen in the last decade. So they're currently working on a very large project to broaden those roadways. They actually just finished a new construction project right off the I-20 ramp, putting in a new traffic pattern called a diverging diamond pattern. It's really supposed to help with traffic, and as a local that's lived here through the phases of the construction and continues to live here after construction has completed, I can honestly say it's helped a ton. There used to be so much traffic getting off the Grovetown exit. Traffic would back up all the way onto the road. People would be on the shoulder of the road way past the exit ramp. It would cause a ton of collisions because there's blind hills that you go right over, and you don't see a giant line of cars stopped on the shoulder of the road, because who's expecting that? Nobody. And then all of a sudden you realize you have to get over. It was just a mess. So I'm really glad that that's finished. And honestly, it's really helped our traffic problem, especially getting off of I-20. Now, that's not to say we still don't have traffic, because we definitely do, especially during rush hours with military folks getting off and people coming from the city of Augusta to Grovetown getting off of work. But I mean, honestly, you're going to experience that in just about any city you live in. And Augusta only has a population of about 200,000 people. So the traffic that you've experienced in other big cities like Atlanta or Charlotte, which is where I'm originally from, doesn't even compare. It would take me 45 minutes to an hour to drive from the inside of the city of Charlotte to the outside of the city in the Huntersville area, which is where I lived, and it was an absolute mess. Here in Grovetown, even with heavy traffic, if I'm in the city of Augusta, I mean, it's taking me 25, maybe 30 minutes tops to drive to Grovetown, which is about, 11 to 12 miles away. So you're really not facing a lot of traffic, especially if you're coming from Atlanta, because we all know Atlanta traffic is just terrible. Something else we don't really have in Grovetown, which can be seen as another con, is public transportation. Augusta in general really doesn't have a whole lot of public transportation. We have a couple of bus routes that run, but they stick to the inner city of Augusta. And in Grovetown, there's really not a whole lot of public transportation. Now, obviously, we have a lot of Uber and Lyft drivers, especially being close to the military base and the medical district. So if you don't have a car, I honestly wouldn't suggest moving to Grovetown. I'd probably suggest buying a condo inside the city of Augusta, or finding a different city to live in, because we really don't have a whole lot of public transportation. Now, I said one of the pros was the amount of new construction homes that you could find that was really affordable in Augusta. Well, that's also one of the cons as well, because there are so many of them. We have so much rapid development coming into the Grovetown area. Some families may experience some noise pollution, or may get frustrated at the fact that there's so many different communities being built, could be around you or in the next neighborhood over, and there just may be a lot of construction going on. Honestly, the construction never seems to stop, which I guess is probably true in most major cities as well. But if you're looking for quietness, you probably want to look a little bit further out in the more rural parts of Grovetown, maybe even the Harlem areas, which has a lot of new construction homes at an affordable price, but it's definitely more of a rural area. Harlem and the Thompson area is just a little bit west of Grovetown, and they offer a little bit more of a rural style living. There's just not a whole lot to do, but again, Augusta's just another 20 to 25 minute drive away. So if you don't mind the drive, it may be a good option for you. Another little con that I'll slide in here is a lot of our new construction homes here are very suburban style, and they don't have a lot of trees around them. I mean, these communities are pretty much open. They've got privacy fences, which is very common here, but if you're looking for like wooded areas, you can find them in Grovetown, but they're definitely not going to be in one of these new construction communities. And they're probably going to be a lot of older homes too, unless you're buying the lot and doing a custom build. We've got a lot of land that's still available to purchase here in Grovetown, but if you're looking to live in one of these communities, you can pretty much bank on not having any trees surrounding you. And honestly, the houses, they can get a little close to each other. Again, you can find them too, but again, you're going to have to pay a little bit higher price for them. You can find a lot of these homes north of $350,000, which again is still well below the median average, especially for a 5-bedroom or 4-bedroom home. So the last pro that I'll say is we definitely don't have a nightlife community around here. Most of that's going to be in Augusta, and even that sometimes can be a little bit hard to find. Live music at a lot of the restaurants around here is very common. So if you enjoy that scene, you like going out to bars, you like hearing live music, then we definitely got a lot of options for you. Even in the Grovetown area, we've got a couple of bars and restaurants that offer live music. But as far as nightlife stuff, you'd probably be better suited in the inner city of Augusta, or honestly choosing another city like Atlanta, which I know has a very popular nightlife community, or some of our local bigger cities that are around here. We just really don't have a lot of that here. Augusta really is suited more towards that slower way of living. You can still find a great deal of stuff to do around here, but if you're just a night owl and you really crave staying out till 1, 2, 3 a.m., doing all kinds of crazy stuff at night, honestly, Grovetown's probably not the best fit for you. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you learned something here. If you took any value from this video, please let me know in the comments. If you've got any questions about moving to the Grovetown area, or you're PCS into Fort Eisenhower and you want to learn more about the specifics of living in Grovetown, feel free to reach out to me, comment down below, and I'll reach out to you as soon as I can. Thanks so much. Peace.